Welcome to the Heroic Rounds recap of A Wizard's Folly Season 1, Episode 5. Okay, what happened last time?
Jack shit.
Last time you ate with the monks, the Silent Friars.
Yeah, we met Gentle the Giant.
Oh, you met Gentle. He's that homie. He's that homie with that gentle style.
He's a pickle lord.
He's a pickler.
And an arm wrestler.
And an arm wrestler, that's true.
And the warmest
thoughts
guy
on Gentle?
I thought I was going to hate him. Loved him.
Actually, glad he's dead.
Glad he's dead, huh?
No.
You're assuming he's a goner.
Allegedly.
Is he dead or is he alive? What do you think?
I think he's dead.
Yeah?
I think he's dead.
It's going to hurt like hell when you find his corpse, his half-naked corpse in his
Gonna find him in a pickle brine. The way he would have wanted to go.
He'll be pickled like he's in Zorro. You guys remember that?
No.
Catherine Zeta-Jones?
Yeah.
I mean,
She
I
dips beneath
remember.
the lasers.
I remember.
Zorro's brother, his head gets cut off and put in a pickling jar.
Was that a pickling jar?
Well, it was like alcohol.
Don
or
Ramon?
whatever.
Okay, so that's
it's
not quite pickled. I mean, would you eat him? I mean, did you see him when he was alive?
Just a pinch of flesh.
But I don't think it was pickle. I think it was just like formaldehyde, which is not how you pickle.
Well, the guy drank it. He drank it like it was
Oh my
alcohol.
god,
probably
you're right.
tequila.
He did.
He dips a cup
Guys,
and
it's
then drinks
Zorro.
You're right.
It was
and then
tequila.
Zorro, to prove he's a badass, drinks some too.
You're
Melts
right.
his brother's head.
You're right. That actually is pretty disturbing.
It's pretty
Is it
heavy.
tequila?
It might be tequila.
Do you make tequila with
what I was
heads?
I can't remember
Did you
at
say
the
it
end.
the whole time? We
So
just
like
didn't-
3 times. I think
just
it's
didn't
tequila,
listen to
guys.
you.
It's Zorro. I think it's
Yeah,
tequila.
when I watch our recordings back, I pick up a lot of other funny stuff you say, but
Thank
not
you.
when we're actually together. When we're actually together, you're not very funny. I'm just joking.
When we're together, my ego overshadows you.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, so you
Activated.
met Gentle. He arm wrestled everybody. Turns out the strongest among you did not win.
Nope.
And we started with who we thought was the weakest, but it was actually the strongest.
Yeah, that was weird. I think I'm so used to playing martial classes that, I mean, a 16 strength is pretty
but
good.
You should be stronger than our wizard.
I thought so too. And then it turns out I'm the weakest stat wise, but the strongest because I beat Gentle. Strongest with the dice.
That's right. Strongest with the dice. Okay, so you did that. You also got a drawing.
Hot dog. Hot dog.
Drawing. It was a hot dog with wings.
Hot dog
a
with
hot dog
wings.
drawing.
Which I was like, oh, that's a manticore, but I didn't want to say it because I was like, is that meta playing? So that's a weird line. I don't know where to.
Well, I think you just have to roll and then be like, I think it's a manticore. I roll. I roll.
I think that's a manticorn dog.
That's a
And what was it?
manticorn
Huey
dog.
Halfman? No.
Huey Halfman. Hob Halfman. Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone
He
thought
has
that
the-
maybe he was being bullied.
He has the proto design.
He just
The
has
drawing.
hella scoliosis and he's getting bullied by everybody.
Well,
in
like
the
I think
region.
he's a halfling. Is there a halfling here? And it's like turns out it's just a man that's like got
That's like
scoliosis.
that has scoliosis. Somebody's really bent and has a little bit of a hobble. Okay. Cool. So you also went to spend the night at Gentle's. And then I just realized Gentle's would be like a really weird store or like an overnight place. We spent the night at Gentle's. So then you let Hugh loose. During Zach's watch, he untied Hugh. What's the group feel about that?
I think it's okay.
LS?
Brandon?
What's LS's thoughts?
I don't know. I just don't think that that's what God would want. So,
For the holy thrust?
yeah. No, I thought. As I went back through and listened, I thought we had a pretty clear plan. We were just gonna drop him off and be done with it. But then, let the local authority. But then the local authority sucks.
Yeah, so we were like, we can't do that. And then I suspected he was the murderer until I learned it was a manticorn dog. And then I was like, not this dog.
Yeah, not this. That's
Wait,
a
you
no
thought
from me,
Hugh
dog.
was the murderer of Prior
I thought
Rebellion?
I thought he
Yeah.
could be. So that's why
That's a good one.
That's why I wanted to bring him along so that we could just be like, game over, Chad. We
Got
just
you.
won.
Checkmate, idiot.
So I was actually just doing it out of the right thing to do.
Oh no,
thought it
I
was-
think ahead.
Oh yeah.
Well, I've been kind of if you notice, Chad's been putting him back to us.
Yeah.
Hugh's been coming back to us outside of our own.
Chad just keeps going. What about Mr.
almost like he's a
Blumpkin?
loyal dog.
Yep.
A
So
bitch.
that's why I'm rolling with it. Like I think for Flavius, it's definitely like a
Dang it, Zach. Do you feel like I have my darlings? I have
No.
my NPC darlings.
Of course
Nope.
you do.
no.
Gracious
Tibbetts.
the gracious.
Satius, the gracious, was a wonderful.
So I don't know.
Why wouldn't you though? Why wouldn't
I'm
you?
torn because as a paladin, I know evil and there's no evil in Hugh.
I in rewatching the episode, my favorite NPC moment was when Landon Thorne, you gave him a gold piece for the snail shell necklace.
Oh yeah, and he laughed at
called you a fool and told you to not go to the market. I felt like
Tibbet's getting uppity with me. He needs to
Tibbet's
check
having
himself.
a moment. Yeah, having a moment. He was pissed and then said he wasn't a morning person.
Yep. That was good.
I think ultimately, obviously, letting Hugh off the chain
Yeah.
made the session get off the chain.
Oh, boy.
Because it really took us in a great direction, and it ended up
boy.
pretty sweet.
Turns out the nose knows. He's got a nose on him.
Yeah.
He's got that snoofer.
I felt it was good because there wasn't like everything kind of catalyst. I came back, I used Hugh to go sniff stuff out.
snuff things.
And then
You're making some snuff films.
And then, then everything kind of escalated with Gentle being gone, immediately tracking him out. Like it felt like a good push to figure it out.
That's cool. That's very cool. So were there any so there was a moment of like wanting to investigate the clearing and you not wanting to go.
I think that was unclear because we had found, what was the elf's name who lost his arm?
Delmer.
Fulmer
Lost his arm. And that instance of Fulmer, he was in the trees. And so
Fulmer in the trees.
Fulmer in the trees. Yeah. And so there was a bunch of branches that were broken above the trees. So Flavius didn't do a good job explaining this because then I started realizing once we saw the flying figure, I was trying to investigate since we found Fulmer and the trees were broken, something landed in through the trees to attack and kill him. But with Prior Thelian being killed in the bee grove, I was trying to see if it just landed. It's not going to break anything because it's an open grove. I wanted to go investigate the tree line outside of the grove to see if we could track if a creature had broken through the trees to charge him and kill him. Because Hugh, if you notice, being the smell's there, but it doesn't leave. So whatever came and attacked him came there, attacked him, and then left. Probably through the air.
Or apparated.
Yep.
Which we determined is a protected word. We can't say that.
Oh.
Right?
We'll have to edit that. in post.
Is the Ministry of Magic going to send me a
Okay, that's also protected. This is
So I did not
as
do a
long
good
as you
job
make like an
explaining it.
anti-trans joke, I think you're okay.
that might be
According to that woman's,
There you go.
yeah.
Believe you mean the author who menstruates. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, there was a little bit of confusion
That's
there.
like such a good joke. It works on so many levels. Because it's almost like Voldemort. I mean,
The Boy Who Lived.
Yeah, The Boy Who Lived. I love it. It works on so many Good job, John.
Yeah, thank you.
Working overtime.
So that was
Yeah.
Confusing. It was definitely confusing.
How did you feel about that? Because
No,
you
that's-
seemed a bit perturbed.
Yeah, that was the same because
Yeah, I was confused as well. I was like, we already checked
yeah,
that place.
because we literally had just been there.
Yeah, I
So
did not.
was
I did
like,
not do a good job explaining my thought process.
Right.
Yep.
Well, I think we also didn't like the area wasn't. I mean, the size of the area seemed unclear to me because when we went back a second time, it seemed much bigger. So I was like, well, yeah, we all searched, like we rolled search checks, so why wouldn't we know?
Yeah, so that's why when I
Those
realized,
things-
like, oh, this was a grove.
Sure.
Yeah.
So.
So yeah, I was just like, I was confused why we were immediately heading back after we had just done that. So
Makes
But-
sense.
Side note, we very obviously stole that blanket from U-Haul. I can see 3 places where it says, please return property of U-Haul.
You might want to ignore that.
Okay,
Not
well,
to
I'll
be-
cut
I
that
think
out.
these are yours,
Not to be sold or
right?
transferred.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
We should ask your dad, Mr. U-Haul.
Yeah, that's right. Mr. U-Haul. I like it.
Tangential. Ah.
Okay, so you use Hugh to track
Gentle.
Gentle,
Found his sandal.
his pickle trail and his,
His
sandals.
pickle drizz.
And you found the ruin of a castle and a little village out in the middle of the Thornhaven,
Yeah.
right?
And Landon, Landon.
Yeah, Captain Landon Thorne.
So
he,
Landon
Landon
Thorne's with
Thorne's
you.
a putz.
he had no idea the ruin
Yeah, he
existed.
didn't know it was there.
He
Yeah.
did not realize we were walking through ruins until we were in the middle of the castle.
Oh my gosh, that's a house. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was rad.
So you left him a little behind, and then you guys climbed over some collapsed buildings to get over the wall. Eventually, but you had already climbed up.
Yeah, LS tried to pick a fight
LS
with ravens.
used Bertha. What was it?
I was trying to think of the name of it.
What was the name of your grappling
I
hook?
don't remember. Do you remember the name of the
Bertha.
grappling hook?
I mean, I don't remember, but that's where all the mushroom jokes came from.
They did.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
It was good.
Smells like ass.
Kiss each one of the hooks.
I kiss each one individually gets a little kiss.
It may have been Bertha.
And then you robbed a raven's nest, which we need to roll the outcomes of that still.
He technically
pilfered.
bartered because you gave something to the raven,
you did
right?
give it a copper back or something.
Oh, yeah. I think it was a gold.
Also, we need to
I
figure
wouldn't
out
give a gold.
Freaking stupid raven doesn't understand economies.
Yeah, idiot. Give him a button.
So now we know
Tinfoil.
LS is dumber than Landon, Thorn, and Raven.
That's right.
And these are supposed to be our wizard.
That's right.
You keep
Strong
making
boy.
that mistake.
Scientist.
I'm a sorcerer, and I feel like you, of all people, should remember that one trick.
Oh, I remember.
He does remember. He's saying it on purpose.
I'm pulling a Brandon.
He's doing it on purpose. He's going to say it enough till everyone believes it.
Only
Okay,
I'm
then you
allowed
guys
to do
saw the gallows and a
There
figure.
were 5 bodies?
There were.
Oh.
They're off.
Because
And
one was
then
gone
one
and
was
LS
gone.
noticed and no one else did, and it
That's
got all
right.
spooky chills.
It
And
did
then
get
there was
spooky.
the rider who was like,
There's
he had
a homeboy with his
canister
back
of some
to you.
weird shit,
Yeah,
right?
he had his hand on something tall.
Jar of
A
pickles.
jar, some kind of glass or something. And then his back was to you, right? And then there was the
Jousting Quintain.
stables. Yeah.
Oh.
And then there's the stables that the smoke was coming out of, and it started to like breathe with some fire, and then it like blew up and threw stuff everywhere. Someone took some damage. Was that you?
No.
Someone got
LS.
hit. Someone got hit with some
Yeah, I think
debris.
it was me.
It was
Yeah,
you.
actually.
You actually took a couple,
Also, you were like, oh, the Jousting Quintain. And in the moment, I was like, the fuzz is that?
and then you went and looked it up.
I did later, but I was like, I don't want to look stupid on camera. So I looked it up and I was like, obviously, yeah, Quintain.
Is
The
it like
place where people joust.
the path, and then where they have like the thing in the middle that separates?
It's like
and
the
such?
little. It's the little deal that you can.
It's like
train
an
with.
arena.
Yeah, yeah. It's good stuff.
Oh, yep. Never mind. It's the dealie you train with. Not even.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's the little thing that you.
We need to
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
settle this because I thought it was the dummy. Let's see what it is. Jousting.
Isn't that what you just said?
Yeah, no,
is?
it is the dummy.
Okay.
Oh, you're
Let's
not
see.
sure now.
Sorry,
I
think,
see.
I think I'm the dummy.
No.
So the
you're not.
Quintain's not.
So the Quintain is like that deal that.
It's the main fence that they
Here,
charge.
let me
against,
show
right?
you. No, let me show you. Come on. Open this
tell us.
image in a new tab. I'm not gonna just tell you. I want to show you. Oh, I can't. The image is so small. It's like a thumbnail. Damn it.
Okay, in terms of a Knight's
like
Tale,
it's like a thing that it stands. It's like a stand that looks like a cross. It's big.
Uh-huh.
And it has like a bag or like something that you would hit.
And it
that you
spins.
ride by and it spins.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what it is.
a jousting dummy.
So it's like a jousting dummy.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect. But it's a Quintain.
It's called
Not to be
a Quintain.
Quintain in the membrane.
Confused with plantains, which are fake bananas.
But full, satisfying size, just for
Plantains. Is there a way to eat plantains that taste good?
No.
As chips, I think. You got to make them crunchy.
you boof it.
All right, P Diddy.
Oh damn! Topical. That's what
Sorry, that'll
he's
date
gonna
us.
be boofing
That'll
some other
date us.
things in prison. Damn,
It's important to still remain topical. You know?
Yeah.
it is. When this comes out, it'll be old news.
Chad, how did you
Well, it
feel?
won't be too old.
How
be
did
too
you
old.
feel about this session? Now
old
that
for
we're feeling
Drake.
like, do you feel like we're getting?
Last session might have been my favorite session.
Do you feel like we're moving towards a
thought it
good
was really
direction
cool.
for the main
Yeah.
thrust of what we're
for
supposed
the
to be
holy
doing?
thrust of the campaign? Yeah, I'm really excited. I think there's some cool crap that's gonna happen here and fun reveals and everything.
I thought we were
else.
going to like come across a manticore nest, and instead it's like a death knight with a
It's a
nightmare.
little
And
bit
I'm
of
like,
a switcheroo.
okay.
You're like, all right, I guess.
I think we're in the
we're doing
wrong
this.
place, but I think we're about to get effed. So let's
Maybe,
do it.
Maybe this was his folly. Who knows?
So, speaking of follies, do you are there flubs things that happen that we need to fix. Can I make a DM confession? I forgot about Landon and Virgil entirely until you got to Gentle's house. And that's why I was like, shit, these guys should have been at dinner.
I thought that was
and like I
planned.
had them come walking up, you know,
I thought that
and
was-
they're like, look at the dogs follow him or whatever. Like I had a moment of like, crap, I completely forgot about the NPCs.
Dude, you played it well because I
Okay,
had no
good.
idea.
That was a moment of complete
I
forgetting.
think the only flub was just the miscommunication of searching and just not
Sure.
being clear in what Flavius wanted to do, but not playing it in order to explain like what we want to do. So
Low key, one of my favorite moments too was when Gentle had asked if you guys wanted to come to his home, and then you guys said, "Is that like a sexual thing?" And you were trying to get Dorian to
was
like
so
translate
flustered.
for you, and he was flustered.
and freaking LS was just doing too much.
It was so good. It was just such a great moment. It
was a very Brandon moment.
I liked it a lot. Arm wrestling was fun. I liked doing that too. That was a cool like little mini game within
I
the
liked it.
game. I thought that was kind of fun.
Especially when we hadn't had a ton of martial
Yeah.
things. It's been fairly
kind of a
like
taste.
story driven. So it was nice.
It was a taste of doing some rolls and doing some things. Well, I suspect that the next session is going to be just all combat for this, for this battle here, which is going to be cool.
Looting, shooting, and
Looting
scrooting.
and shooting.
I wonder if there's like a feat associated with arm wrestling or something where you use your CMB versus your strength or something.
Ooh,
I don't
that would
know.
be cool.
I just,
over the
I just know
top.
people are probably going to listen to this and be like, those assholes don't even know how to play the game.
Dude, we can do whatever the fuck we want. It's our game.
If you don't like it, leave.
You're not in the
All
basement,
right,
bro.
Rules Goblins.
Like,
the Rules
subscribe,
Goblin
and
Alliance will come after us. Oh, no. I love it. Love me some Rules Goblins.
A big flub on my part was all the videos cut out. And we
the
had
video
to rescue
chopped.
the backup
I don't know
audio.
if that was your fault though. Was that just my
No.
internet went
I think
down
internet-
or what?
I don't know. It's probably because we're in the mountains.
That's dumb. That super sucked.
Yeah, we're also catching, like, as I've been watching the screen off to the side, sometimes the images, not yours so much, but Chad and mine will be like a few seconds behind on the image.
It's
So
probably because ours doesn't get delayed because it's the primary camera for that computer.
that's
So
possible.
they're going to be delayed. It's okay.
But they upload. They've worked
Yeah.
before. It's just this last session we lost a bunch of video.
yeah. And it was like 30
So
minutes.
it was weird because that was the part of the episode where we got completely
It got
naked.
real spooky and pants fell off.
Yeah, pants fell
Oh,
off.
you scared
and-
my belt off.
We sat together and held hands with no pants on for the whole end
Yeah.
of that episode.
Before we play, I really want to do a group hug though.
That's a good idea. Let's do it.
It's been a rough week, I think.
Yeah. I think we've had a hell of a week.
So you want to go around the horn and rate it?
Oh yeah, let's rate it up. Oh wait, before we rate it, one question that I have neglected to ask in a while is like, if you could go back and do something different, is there anything you'd change?
I'd probably bring Jake so that I didn't have to
Jake.
walk all
That's
that
true.
way.
You did have to walk a long way. Jake wouldn't be able to clamber across the ruin though into, the leaning buildings because a couple of dogs got left behind and those guys are agile as
Well,
fuck.
Dogs is dumb.
Have you
Dogs
met
is
Jake?
I guess that's true. Whatever that pony sets his heart to.
So all you have to do is you tell him
pony
you
that
can't.
could.
You tell him he can't do it, and then he'll just do it to spite you.
Oh, that's a great idea. Tell him there's a rule that he can't come into the castle. You cannot come into my castle.
Cannot come into my castle.
And he'll come into your castle. Anything you would change?
I'm just thinking like it's an interesting aspect because I think I'd be a lot more clear on my motivations. I think sometimes you can kind of meta play to the point of like, oh, I'm going to do this, but realizing that sometimes if you just talk as a group with what you want to do,
Yeah.
not saying I can't do it, but like after we did the investigation after dinner, be like, hey guys, do we want to search for Jenna? What's our plan? Like, I think maybe taking a little bit time where the three of us powwow because we do a lot of interaction with you as an NPC. I think sometimes
That's a good
realizing
idea.
that we're a group and we're a unit, we're here as the central authority. Let's make a plan. I think that's one thing. Just getting maybe a little bit more like, hey,
love
what's our
that.
plan? What we want to do? What like how much time do we want to spend here? Do we want to go to the other place? Do we want to go back to the Thornhaven? Right, Thornhaven.
I love that. That's a good idea. The Thorn Fort in Thornhaven.
Yeah. So the idea of like it's sometimes it's important to kind of stop, collaborate, and role play together in order to like figure out. Okay, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? Like, what should we do? What do you want to do? So
Well, and even I like what you said, and to take the time to confer in character as character.
yes, exactly.
Yep. because like both you two could have been like, "What the hell are you talking about?" We
Exactly.
already searched that place. Like could add that moment too. which you
Yeah.
did, but kind of out of character.
Yeah, so it was just an
Yeah.
idea of being more vocal with stuff like that.
I like that a lot. I also think there's value in not role playing every interaction like between the three of us, because what goes unspoken is like the weeks of travel that we've had, right? Where we would have a better like rapport with each other. So we can, in some cases, I think, just be like, this is what I, like I agree, like this is what my motivations would be in this case, or you know what I mean? Like, but I think
Maybe
we can
spell it out. Is what
Yeah,
you're
like
saying.
be like, this is what my character. Ugh, I hit the mic. This is what my character.
Let's
would wanna
redo
do.
the session because he hit
Yeah,
the mic.
yeah. Let's start
All right,
this
let's
over.
Start over.
this
Start from the top. Recap.
Welcome back to the recap.
But yeah, and we can like fine tune that balance, right, as it goes on. But I think there's value in both, and like, yeah. But yeah, I absolutely agree. And if you don't agree, John, you're a bad person. So go ahead and tell us what you think.
I'm going to be honest. I have not been listening. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice.
No, it's fine. I think you both bring up good points.
You disagree. You don't
I know.
think they're good
I
points.
agree. I don't. My F's to give is like a 2 out of 10. So
Cool. All right.
I'm like,
There. He's like, good. Don't care. All right, let's rate it. Give it that rating, that sweet rating out of 10.
I felt a little bit off. I was distracted. I had my dog had eaten mushrooms and was almost dying.
Oh, at
balls.
home.
Yeah,
He was
so I was a
tripping balls.
little bit off. So I
I
watching
didn't
it
know
again.
you
it
were
did-
distracted.
Yeah, so that was a
Goblin's
little
good
bit
now,
off. Goblin's good now. So I think for me personally, it was probably like a 7 because I was intent on like I was excited to get to a lot of things, but I
Yeah.
didn't feel I was
Got it.
playing as well as I wanted to.
Got it.
So
Okay. 7. What do you think?
with that ending, I'm going to give it an 8.6. 6 repeating. And we get a 7 with that little dash on the top.
Out of boys. It's because it gave you a chili dog.
calculator.
7. I thought it was. We had a weak middle, like when after the. I thought it started really good with the with Gentle and the arm wrestle. Then we kind of got lost for a little bit, and then it picked back up. So I'd say like a 7.
Cool.
But I also think next time we should start on my end, and we'll go the other way and see if it changes.
Okay.
Ooh.
What about you,
Throwing
Chad?
that out
That's
there.
a good idea.
Throwing that out there.
All right, let's pretend we didn't answer.
Actually, let's roll
Let's
for it
start.
next time.
I love that idea.
I don't. Oh, yeah, I love it.
All right, Chad. What
But the
about
only
you?
person who was correct about the rating was John. I'm sorry to tell you both.
More XP.
You guys wouldn't know a good session if it came up and sat on your and bounced because it was freaking an amazing session.
So what's your rating?
I
for
give it a 9.
Really?
A solid 9.
Nice.
Listening to the episodes, it was our best episode yet.
Yep.
It was
Is our
awesome.
Cineo
It
puppet
was an
coming?
awesome
Can we do?
session.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
my
overall,
opinion.
I think
That's my
overall
opinion.
the session was probably higher than what I would rate it as my own
Sure.
player.
Sure.
Sure,
Because
sure,
you did a lot of heavy lifting. You took us from a lot of different places.
Maybe that's why I liked it so much. It was just me.
Yeah.
It was just me being center of attention.
There was a lot of great imagery. I will say that.
Ooh, that castle.
Golf
Ravens.
Castle.
It's the Gothic castle.